I feel terrible sorrow for the victims and their families' tragic losses. God bless the final one who survived and made it possible to crack the cold case. What's up, dudes? Greetings, and welcome another engrossing video about a truly excellent production, the disturbing case of the House of Horrors killer. Let's jump right in, shall we? A woman called the Ashland, Oregon police in a hushed voice on September 13, 2016, reporting that she had been abducted and was bound up within feet of her sleeping captor. She was held in a house, and all she knew about her captor and the location was that it was near the 4th Street laundromat. Women were drawn to Sean Great's charm and empathy, and he ended up having 3 kids with 3 separate moms. According to Amber Nicole Bowman, his ex-wife, he allegedly said, "If I can't see my kid, no one will." Great's actions started changing when he was in his mid to late 20s. His ex-girlfriend stated he would get so depressed that he couldn't even get off the couch. After his arrest, Great was sentenced to serve 180 days in jail for the assault. Following this, Great went from Mansfield woman to Mansfield woman, taking advantage of their kind natures and generosity. In this time frame, he met his first 2 victims, Rebecca Lacey and Candace Cunningham. Doe and Great first met when they played badminton at her apartment complex. As their relationship progressed, he transformed into the same vicious monster who had abused dozens of other women. For several days, she was a captive in his apartment, where she was repeatedly raped and tormented. The woman stated that she was sexually attacked in every way possible while her wrists were chained and tied to the bed. Doe had no chance of escaping Great's captivity on her first night there because Great hardly slept. Great, exhausted from another day of torture and beatings, finally fell asleep. The kidnapper's ringing phone was sitting next to him, but he didn't appear aware of its presence. Jane Doe saw her opportunity to escape and, while being partially tied, reached over her sleeping captor and made a stealthy 911 call. She spoke in a whisper so that Great wouldn't be startled awake. She muttered, "I've been taken." She told the operator she couldn't run away since doing so might alert her attacker. An indeterminate amount later, the woman finally picked up the phone again. She had accidentally bumped Great's taser without meaning to, waking him up. He got out of bed, stared at the floor, and fell back to sleep, blissfully unaware that his hostage had contacted the police and asked that they be dispatched to the house where she was being held. Since Great had been ruthlessly murdering the ladies who dared to trust him, some of whose remains were still decaying inside the residence where he was hiding when the police came, there were more bodies than anyone had expected to find. Great was subsequently arrested and subjected to questioning. Stacey Stanley and Elizabeth Griffith's bodies were discovered inside the residence. The 2 female victims had both been hung to death. The elaborate deceit and murder scheme Great had woven was rapidly unraveling. In fact, he had spent the better part of his adult life working on it. Great, after being in police custody, first refused to cooperate by providing any details and instead gave evasive answers. Despite this, he admitted to his serious wrongdoing after being questioned repeatedly. Great led authorities to Cunningham's burned-out residence in Richland County, where he was found dead. After Rebecca Lacey allegedly stole $4 from him in a pub, he allegedly strangled her and lied to the police about it. Besides the lady whose body was found in Marion County in 2007, Great claims that she is also responsible for the death of another woman in 2007. Before his sentencing, Great expressed his fear of being executed. In his words to the police, "I honestly would like to stay alive through all this." What was unsettling about his words was his follow-up, "I would have loved to have been able to do a lot, but I know I wouldn't have been able to get away with it." In any case, Great's execution date was June 1, 2018. Get in touch with us below if you want to see more thrilling and interesting videos about the home of horror killers. If you haven't already, please click the bell symbol and the subscribe button to notify you whenever I upload a new video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I'll see you in the future.